Guys, there's a whole bunch of lambs outside right now, and I really need them to be silent. And hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out a movie that I have a lot of anticipation to watch. This one is Silence of the Lambs, and I am really excited. Now, I do have to let you guys know that I have seen this movie before, but before you leave this video, I know you're about to leave this video because you thought this was a first time watching or something like that. I saw this movie probably 10 to 12 years ago. Now, I was really young when I saw this movie, and I don't remember or really remember anything. There's some vague flashes that I remember, but I can't place where they would be in the movie, and I don't know what relevance they have to the story, or if the shots that I feel like I remember from this movie are even part of this movie. So that being said, even though I have seen this movie before, this reaction is going to be basically a first time watch. I'm really excited because I've heard, and I'm pretty sure I remember, that Anthony Hopkins was absolutely terrifying in this movie. I feel like I had to cover my eyes a lot of times because of that man. And yeah, before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So we turn the light, said what color it should be. Boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I think the only appropriate color to choose is the color red because, you know, Hannibal is a cannibal. Speaking of Hannibal is a cannibal, I don't think I'm going to be watching the rest of the movies. I know there's like The Red Dragon, and I know there's like a movie called Hannibal, and I'm not going to be watching the show Hannibal as well because I've actually seen the show before. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut reactions and early access reactions that come out up to 3 weeks early. There's also exclusive merch. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's dive into this movie. I hope you enjoy my reaction, and I'm a little nervous to get into this, but I hope you enjoy my reaction to The Silence of the Lambs. I have a feeling that Silence of the Lambs is not gonna be a great 9:30 a.m. movie to watch. Jodie Foster. The last movie I watched on the channel was Contact. Check that out if you haven't seen that yet. The music is already really good. Climb those ropes, Jodie. Climb those ropes. Oh wow, that was impressive actually.
Crawford wants to see you in his office.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like every FBI leader is called Crawford. I don't know why. I just feel like that's the truth. Howard Shore did the music? Of course he did. He is so absolutely legendary. I would argue that Howard Shore actually made the best score of all time with The Lord of the Rings. Oh, she's the only woman in a sea of men in red shirts. I don't know this director. What else has he done? Oh, we're dealing with someone who skins his victims? Bill.
You grilled me pretty hard, as I recall, on the Bureau of Civil Rights record in the Hoover years. I gave you an A.
A-, sir.
She's salty about the A- still.
Most of them have been happy to talk to us. You spook easily, Starling?
Not yet, sir.
Well, you're about to, I feel.
Today in the asylum.
Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, here we go. He's already captured. I thought he was going to be on the loose.
Copy of our questionnaire and a special ID for you. Have your memo on my desk by 0800 Wednesday.
Okay.
This is a big task for her.
For so many years now, is there some connection between him and Buffalo Bill, maybe?
Buffalo Bill, that's a sick name.
But never forget what he is.
And what is that?
Oh, he's a monster.
Oh, this is cool.
You know, we get a lot of detectives here, but I must say I can't ever remember one as attractive.
Okay, you didn't need to add that, buddy.
What do you mean, sir?
Pretty young woman to turn him on.
I don't think that's gonna work with him, though.
Do not touch the glass. Do not approach the glass. You pass him nothing but soft paper. No pencils or pens.
Soft paper.
His mouthpiece and restraints were removed for an EKG. When the nurse leaned over him, he did this to her.
Oh, no. Oh, no, he probably ate her.
His pulse never got above 85.
Oh, wow.
Even when he ate her tongue.
Oh, wow. Dude, the red lighting too for this part, that's crazy good cinematography.
Yes, sir. Then I would have missed the pleasure of your company, sir.
Oh.
When she's finished, bring her out.
Dude, the music getting all spooky when he shows her the nurse's picture, and then just the red lighting just enveloping everything. So good.
He told you don't get near the glass.
Yes, he did. Clarice Starling.
He doesn't even have cell bars, he has a glass. Oh wow, this is sick. The way this movie has managed to hype this moment up, build the tension is crazy. Oh my god, he's just standing waiting. What the heck? What the heck, Anthony Hopkins?
Closer, please. Closer.
Like he's trying to control the conversation from the get-go.
That expires in 1 week. You're not real FBI, are you?
Oh wow, he caught that.
That is rather slippery of you, Agent Starling. Sit, please.
See, look, he's already taken control of the conversation. He's the one telling her to sit. He's standing up.
He said, I can smell your cunt.
I see. I myself cannot.
That's so weird.
Did you do all these drawings, Doctor?
Ah, that is the Duomo scene.
That's so impressive, though, I have to say.
Ham-handed segue into your questionnaire. It won't do.
Oh, wow.
He's recruiting help from the student body. Busy hunting that new one, Buffalo Bill.
Oh, he knows about Buffalo Bill.
Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
I didn't.
No. No, you ate yours.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I think there's a actual serial killer. I had a serial killer class in like grade 12 of high school, and there was a serial killer that used skin as like objects in his house, you know what I mean? Like he made like a necklace out of nipples, he made like a lamp out of skin, like stuff like that. Incredibly disturbing.
Virginia, what does your father do? Is he a coal miner? Does he stink of the land?
Oh my god.
But are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself?
Interesting.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
What the heck? Why do you have to do that?
So I can die.
Look at the blood!
Oh, that's so disgusting.
Carefully look deep within yourself, Clarice Starling. Go seek out Miss Moffat, an old patient of mine, M.O.
Oh, interesting.
Go now!
Interesting. He's a very polite, insane man, you know what I mean? So is Hannibal Lecter just gonna be in a cell the entire movie then?
Daddy!
Oh, her dad was a cop. Jeez, don't make Jodie Foster angry at yourself.
Clarice, phone. It's the guru.
Crawford? Thanks, Ardelia.
They call him the guru?
The orderly heard Lecter whispering to him all afternoon and Miggs crying. They found him at bed check. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
Are you serious? What?
I looked in the phone book, and there's a yourself storage facility right outside of downtown Baltimore, sir.
Oh wow, she's such a genius.
Before you know it. I hope you. Yes, actually. Yeah.
Why is it so locked?
I would ask my driver to help you, but he detests physical labor.
Ah, fair enough. That's why he's a driver. Did everyone used to carry those around in the back of their cars? Or is it just because she's FBI? Because I definitely do not have a jack in my car anymore. My worst fear would be that the guy closes the door on you. Ow. I want to make sure you don't get like a rabies from that or tetanus or anything, you know? Don't know why you'd get rabies from a door, but who knows in this world. Looks like a really nice car. I think all cars should come with curtains. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. What? Oh, that's so disgusting. I feel like I know one line from this movie, and it's this. Hello, Clarice. That's it. Where is he? Has he become... Is he Batman?
Thank you.
Your bleeding has stopped.
That's weird.
His real name is Benjamin Rasbell, a former patient of mine. I did not kill him, I assure you, merely tucked him away very much as I found him after he'd missed 3 appointments. Best thing for him, really. His therapy was going nowhere. No, just think of him as a kind of experiment. A fledgling killer's first effort at transformation.
What?
Wants you sexually. True, he is much older, but do you think he visualizes scenarios?
I don't like this. He's so blunt about everything.
That doesn't interest me, Doctor. Frankly, it's the sort of thing that Miggs would say.
Not anymore.
What did he say to Miggs to get Miggs to kill himself?
I want a window where I can see a tree, or even water.
What did you mean by fledgling killer?
I'm offering you a psychological profile in Buffalo Bill, based on the case evidence.
Huh.
I'll help you catch him, Clarice.
I bet he could as well, that's the thing.
Tell me who decapitated your patient, Doctor.
All good things to those who wait.
Oh my god. Memphis, Tennessee, baby. Are you from Tennessee? 'Cause you're the only 10 I see. Yes, speaking to you. I'm so scared for this woman. Does Buddy really need night vision? There's streetlights everywhere. Oh, she has a cat. Don't help him. Don't help him.
Can I help you with that?
No.
Would you?
Sure.
No.
That's good. Get in the truck and I want to push it all the way up.
Don't get in a truck.
Hey, say, are you about a size 14?
Sorry.
Oh. Oh my days. Interesting that we've just seen him straight away. Oh god. This movie gives me the creeps, guys. It's so unsettling, and Howard Shore's music just makes it like unbearable at times.
Outside. Let's go.
Cindy, in the ring for Starling. Let's go.
Why does she have to go outside?
Saddle up. Pack your field gear. You're moving out, you go with Bruff.
Where?
Okay, I thought they were punishing her.
Fired to death. All the mutilation you see there is post-mortem. Okay, 3 days. Did he?
Oh.
Actually, she was the 3rd girl found. After her, he got lazy.
So he only really tried to hide the first body, and then after that he's like, whatever.
Up here, Elk River, West Virginia.
This new one, meaning the girl that we just saw, she died?
He's not a drifter. He's got his own house somewhere, not an apartment.
Yeah, probably.
Contained in my report or Dr. Lecter's offer, sir.
Considering it.
To get his help on Buffalo Bill, sir.
Yeah.
If I'd sent you in there with an actual agenda, Lecter would have known it instantly. Toyed with you, then turned to stone.
So that was smart thinking ahead from Crawford then.
This type of sex crime has certain aspects I just as soon discuss in private. You know what I mean?
Why are they all looking at you? Be like, stop. Stop looking at me, guys. Seriously. Remember that thing that Hannibal said about Crawford thinking about doing stuff with her, that applies to like all of these guys looking at her, right? Like his words must be going through her mind a little bit. Jeez, this music is so good. Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like her dad.
For your kindness and your sensitivity. And now please, go on now, let us take care of her. Go on now.
Ray,
What is that?
Dr. Lamar, let's take a look at her.
Oh, it's the smell. To stop the smell. So it was like some drug or something, but no, it's to stop the smell of the body. So you smell something nice during it, I guess.
What else do you see, Sterling?
Well,
Even though she's prepared so much for this, this is really hitting her, you know?
nail polish. It looks like town to me.
Oh my god.
Ray, get pictures of her teeth. We'll fax them for missing persons.
Right.
I can't even tell if it's the same woman from before.
She's got something in her throat.
Oh, what? Why did I choose to watch this at 9 in the morning? I woke up and said, let's choose pain. What is that, a chrysalis or something?
Bead pod?
No, sir. That's a bug cocoon.
Yeah, cocoon, that's what I meant.
Oh, Jack.
Oh.
Cops look at you to see how to act. Matters.
Point taken.
Yeah, it does matter.
Murder victim. The body was in the Elk River, West Virginia.
It's Buffalo Bill, isn't it?
I'm afraid I can't tell you any more about that.
But yes.
What do you do when you're not detecting, Agent Starling?
Why?
You ever go out for cheeseburgers and beer?
It's so weird that...
Are you hitting on me, Doctor?
Yes.
Gotcha.
What do you got?
It's so weird that all the men are doing this, you know what I mean?
Fed him honey and nightshade. Kept him warm. Somebody loved him.
And then shoved him down someone's throat. Oh, you think this is the bug place, but it's not. This is Bill's place. That's such a great transition. Okay, the person in the river was not the person that we found. Or that he captured on screen. He has a dog.
Good morning. I'm Donna Faruqi.
I'm Gene Cass.
So she's just in a hole in his house.
And while our kidnapping is not at this point considered to be politically motivated, nevertheless, it has stirred the government to its...
It's definitely not politically motivated.
Repeating the name.
And I promise
She sees Catherine as a person and not just an object. It's harder to tear her up.
Yeah.
What you're doing, Miss Starling, is coming into
That
my
is smart
hospital
from
to
the
conduct an
senator,
interview and
actually.
refusing to share
Not the senator, what do you call them? The Republican lady, whatever you want to call her.
It's with him, where you let me do my job. You understand?
Dude, she's bossing you.
1 week of the year, you get to leave the hospital and go here. Plum Island.
Really?
You may swim in the ocean for up to 1 hour, under SWAT team surveillance, of course. And there you have it.
Dude, that's a dream for him.
Plum Island Animal Disease Research Center. Sounds charming.
Is that not his dream?
Yes and no, Clarice. Poor little Catherine is waiting.
Oh my god, whenever he says Clarice, I hate it.
Death of my father.
Tell me about it and don't lie, or I'll know.
He's doing what he used to do as a job to her.
You're very frank, Clarice. I think it would be quite something to know you in private life.
Quid pro quo, Doctor.
Oh!
Deliberately inserted into her throat. That hasn't been made public yet. We don't know what it means.
Is it a butterfly?
Oh, he knows.
Caterpillar into chrysalis or pupa, and from thence into beauty. Our Billy wants to change too.
Oh! Oh!
No. He was a very decent man. Quid pro quo, Doctor.
Oh, the shot.
He's tried to be a lot of things, I expect.
And you said that I was very close to the way we would catch him. What did you mean, Doctor?
Yeah, what does that mean?
On what basis would they reject him?
Look for severe childhood disturbances associated with violence.
Interesting.
Made one through years of systematic abuse.
Interesting.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Mister, my family.
Calls her an it.
Ransom you're asking for, they'll pay it.
So he really doesn't see her as human.
I want to see my mommy. Please, no. I want to see.
This is so hard to watch.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket!
Oh, look at the... Oh, people trying to escape. One of the nails from the last lady.
I called Senator Ruth Martin. She never heard of any deal with you.
Bro, I hate this guy.
There never was.
No pens! He's breaking his own flippin' rule.
By name. And if the girl is found in time, Senator Martin will have you transferred to Brushy Mountain State.
No pens.
Did you have a trainee make some sort of phony offer to Lecter in the senator's name?
Yeah. All of this security for one man. Now that's iconic. That is iconic.
Here, sir, use mine.
Again, no pens. I mean, I guess they're outside, but still. You're living dangerously. I think he looks even more terrifying strapped up like that.
Clarice Starling and that awful Jack Crawford have wasted far too much time already. I only pray they haven't doomed the poor girl.
Oh, what?
I met him just once. He was referred to me in April or May 1980 by my patient.
No, I don't believe it's this. I don't believe it's this easy.
Now, wait a minute.
Yes, I did.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it?
Oh, son of a...
Oh.
Tell me, Mom, when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you?
Oh, what's so weird?
Hair blonde, eyes pale blue. He'd be about 35 now. He said he lived in Philadelphia, but may have lied.
With Senator Ruth Martin, Dr. Lecter agreed to assist in the investigation.
Okay, but did Hannibal give him the right information? He is blonde, and he is smaller stature. So maybe he was saying the right thing?
Is it true what they're saying?
Huh?
Some kind of vampire?
Ah, but the rumors.
Go ahead.
Dude, he has a cage. He has a cage. This is a lot worse than glass. He can reach through it and stuff. And he has real paper. Looks like a stapler in there. I don't know if that's a stapler though, but he has weapons that he can kill you with, that's for sure.
Good evening.
Maybe not a stapler, maybe it's a book. I thought a book was a...
Or did Jack Crawford send you for one last wheedle before you're both booted off the case? People will say we're in love.
Oh, what?
That was an especially nice touch, Clarice. Yours? That was good.
Yeah, so she went up to you.
Oh, Clarice, your problem is you need to get more fun out of life.
You were telling me the truth back in Baltimore, sir.
Yeah, so he lied.
Read Marcus Aurelius. Of each particular thing, ask, what is it in itself? What is its nature? What does he do, man? No, that is incidental.
Yeah, that's... Okay.
Acceptance and sexual frustration, sir.
No, he covets.
Covets?
Now, we begin by coveting what we see every day. Don't you feel eyes moving over your body, Clarice?
She does, and the movie's made a point of that.
Later. Now, please listen to me. We've only got 5...
No, I will listen now. After your father's murder, you were orphaned. You attended...
Dude, these close-ups are insane.
And one morning, I just ran away.
Not just, Clarice. What set you off? You started at what time?
I hate that he just stares at you as well.
Then something woke you, didn't it? Was it a dream? What was it?
I heard a strange noise.
What was it?
I'm too close to him.
What did you see, Clarice? What did you see?
Lambs.
Lambs. And
They were screaming.
Interesting.
I opened the gate to their pen, but they wouldn't run. They just stood there. I took one lamb and I ran away as fast as I could.
Where were you going, Clary?
I didn't get more than a few miles when the sheriff's car picked me up. Rancher was so angry, he sent me to live at the Lutheran orphanage at Postman.
So she didn't run away.
What became of your lamb, Clary?
I killed him.
The silence of the lambs.
Did you hear the screaming of the lamb?
Yes.
Wow.
You won't wake up in the dark ever again to that awful screaming of the lamb.
Wow. So lambs equal innocence, maybe.
Dr. Chilton, I presume. I think you know each other.
Oh, man.
Brave Clarice. You will let me know when those lambs stop screaming, won't you?
Oh, my days.
Goodbye, Clarice.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Are you actually seriously giving him a knife?
Son of a bitch demanded a second dinner. Lamb chops, extra rare.
What he wants for breakfast.
Extra rare, wow. Oh. Even his figure is scary. Anthony Hopkins is just a scary man. Look at the metal thing. Yeah, look at that. How calm he is. He's about to just murder these guys. Potentially even eat them. Ah! Oh no. He doesn't need a weapon. His mouth is a weapon. Oh my god. Ugh. The blood splatter. Oh, he's got tools. He's free. Oh, he hasn't even tried to escape straight away though. He's just lingering in this.
Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry.
Ready when you are.
Shots fired on 5.
Sergeant Tate!
Holy shit. The hell?
Coming back down.
Shut up.
It's gonna be a body or something.
Right, Sarge.
I recognize this guy, by the way. Jeez, no one's there. Oh. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. What a shot, though.
Oh, Windows. Where the fuck is my ambulance?
He's alive.
No way.
Breathing in and out. That's it. You're doing a good job. Oh, you look
No.
good there.
No, that's Hannibal. Look at his hair. It's gray. None of the officers had gray hair. I'm like
Looking good, Pember. You're gonna make
80% sure that this is Hannibal. Like his face is just
good, buddy. That's
enough covered
Stay with me here.
that I'm not 100%.
Wall secured. We think he's on 2.
Oh, the blood. Oh, the blood. Yeah, yeah. I think he pretended he went upstairs, but then he threw a body up there or something instead. He's wearing Hannibal's clothes. Dude, Hannibal made an escape in the ambulance. Are you serious? The man on the ladder is the bravest man in the world.
Memphis General, this is Medical Unit 26.
Dude, this is
We're
so
inbound
sick.
With a 50-year-old male.
This is so well edited.
Post-ictal now. The vital signs are good. Pressure is 130.
Oh my god, yes, yes, yes.
And the patient is on 10 liters of oxygen.
He had his face on. He had his face on. Are you serious?
They found the ambulance in a parking garage at Memphis Airport. Crew was dead.
I recognized him by his hair. That's how I recognized him. None of the officers have his weird long hair. Ew. You know, I don't think that's fabric.
Not random at all, maybe. Like there's some pattern.
Yeah, but there is no pattern, or the computers would have nailed it. Or
No,
even found in random.
The computers maybe can't find something like that.
One girl. The one he weighted down.
Yeah, that's so true.
Hot damn, Clarice.
You knew her.
He knew her. He knew her.
Hello, I'm Clarice Starling. I'm with the FBI.
They have a cat too.
She left the interview okay. She never come home. Her bedroom's how she left it.
Oh, wow. What clues can she find? Little music box, memory box? That's so cool. Who here has a memory box? Raise your hand. If she finds a man cross-dressing or something, that'll be it. That's interesting.
So we can starve them a while, so he can loosen their skin and take...
Starling, we know who he is and where he is. We're on our way right...
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We fed him into known offenders.
Subject's name is Jamie Gum, a.k.a. John Grant.
Okay, is this the guy?
He just lied about the name. Listen to this. Customs had some paper on it.
Okay, yeah, the description was accurate, and he did lie about the name.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crawford. Mr. Crawford?
He's gone. It'd feel pretty sick to be in that plane, though, don't you think?
Okay, precious, time for a little treat.
Oh. Oh. Ew. Ew, I don't like this music. I hate that there's happy music over horribleness. Like, I want to dance, but I feel like it's not acceptable that I dance, so I'm kind of like half dancing. Instead of grooving, I'm just Gru. And not Gru from Despicable Me. Ew. I was way too close to a nipple, I'm sorry. Ew.
Come on.
Yank the dog in. I feel like that's someone's head. Like he's definitely wearing some poor woman's hair. Oh! I did not need to see that. And I'm sure you guys didn't need to see that either, which is why I probably blurred that scene.
No way. She had a guy I'd have known, believe me. Sewing was her life.
Did you two ever work together? Or?
Did she work with anyone? They're at the house. Dude, I love this intercutting. Dude, the editing is so good.
Sack of shit!
And she has the dog. Dude, good job for her.
Darling, how are you all right?
She's in a lot of pain, mister. She needs a vet.
Oh my god. This editing is crazy. This guy has to be the bravest person. Interesting.
Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you. I'm looking for Mrs. Lippman's family.
Oh my god, they're at the wrong house. Oh, the editing. That was probably some of the best editing I've ever seen in my entire life.
The Frederica Bimmel.
There's no one here, Jack.
Oh my days.
I don't know, maybe he could help you. I got his card in here someplace. Do you want to come in while I look for it?
Yeah.
Why would he's trying to act less innocent by inviting her in? That's the house. It's just any house.
Did she leave any records? Any business records? Tax?
The butterfly right there. One of the butterflies! Or moths, I should say. Oh my god, she knows. She knows or highly suspects.
Freeze! Put your hands over your head! And put
Put your hands in the back. Thumbs up. Freeze!
Oh my god. The music is insane. I was gonna say, why doesn't Clarice just leave and call for backup? But he'd probably kill the woman. She probably thinks at least that he'd probably kill the woman if he hasn't already. So she has to go now. Oh, I hate basements so much. When I buy a house, I'm gonna buy a house with no basement. Oh god. He has his own newspaper clippings on the wall. That's interesting. He's proud of himself, I guess. I actually cannot breathe right now.
I've got to leave this room. I'll be right back.
No! Don't you leave me here, you fucking bitch! No!
So why are you calling her that right now? I understand, I guess, though.
The other officers will be here any minute now!
No, they won't. No, they won't. She's just saying that loudly for Bill. This is so disturbing, guys. This is so disturbing, this movie. Ew. 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 That's the lady. And this is where his night vision comes in handy. Oh god, that's terrifying. Oh! He's so close to her. Oh god. Oh! Must be absolutely dark as beans in this room. It's gonna make a sound. Oh! Good work, Clarice. Good work. He's dead. He's dead. And I don't think this is gonna be like one of those stupid horror movies where this bad guy comes to life for a second time before the movie ends. I think it's over. They need to pay Clarice $1 billion after this. Come on.
M. Starling.
Imagine you did not graduate. Imagine. You may have caught a killer, but you failed in math.
Did you take our picture? Sure. Look, I just wanted to say congratulations.
What is this guy in as well?
Starling.
Well, Clarice.
Oh my god.
I have no plans to call on you, Clarice. The world's more interesting with you in it.
Aww.
Take care now to extend me the same courtesy.
You know,
You don't hunt me, and I won't hunt you.
I do wish we could chat longer, but
Dude, he's got long hair
having an
now.
old friend for dinner.
No way. No way. I'm having an old friend for dinner?
Very important. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You have the security system all set up? We have
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you know what? I don't mind if you're having him for dinner, to be honest with you. I don't like that guy. Not saying I condone what he's doing. Wow. Hannibal is free in the world. At least Clarice doesn't have to worry about him. There's a bright side to this ending, I guess. Jonathan Demme, what a flipping movie. That was so good. More like Jonathan Dam, because his movie was damn good. I'm having an old friend for dinner. What a good line to end the movie. And that was my reaction to The Silence of the Lambs, the 1991 thriller horror. Honestly, well, actually, I was going to say more thriller than horror, but the movie was pretty horrific, and it was starring Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, and a little bit of Ted Levine as well. I don't know, Ted Levine playing Buffalo Bill, I don't know if you could be the same person after playing Buffalo Bill. That guy was so scary, so crazy, and I was just, like, when I was watching the movie, I was thinking of the actor playing Buffalo Bill, and I was going, imagine the state, like the mental state this guy had to get into and prepare for for to play this role. You know, I feel like I would be scarred for life. I would need like an extended vacation after playing Buffalo Bill, because that is just insane. And even playing someone like Hannibal Lecter, but he's a little bit more sophisticated. He's very put together. Buffalo Bill was just crazy. He was just absolutely insane. But this movie was so good. The directing of this movie was fantastic by a director I've never even heard of before. So I'm just gonna look at Jonathan Demme really quickly because I've never heard of him. Like, did he just make one amazing movie and then just quit making movies forever? He just made The Silence of the Lambs. Was like, yeah, I just made pretty much the best horror movie ever made, so no need to make movies again. So what other things has he made? Like, I feel like a lot of the other stuff he's made I haven't really heard of before, besides Philadelphia, which I would like to watch but I haven't seen yet. So really, he's kind of only made two really big movies. Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure, is a pretty big movie starring Tom Hanks as well. But dude, his directing was fantastic. The cinematography was fantastic. The editing was out of this world at times. The editing was so well done. I feel like if you're ever in an editing class or a film class that talks about editing in movies, The Silence of The Silence of the Lambs should be a movie that you watch and should be a movie that you study in terms of how to edit a movie to really raise the stakes, to really raise the tension, but also to have these twists and turns through the editing of the film alone. The score for this movie by Howard Shore was absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, Howard Shore is a crazy good composer. I think you could argue, at least, there is a lot of good songs, a lot of good soundtracks out there for movies, but you could argue that he has made some of the best soundtracks around, and you could argue even that he's made the best soundtrack with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. If you haven't heard that, if you haven't watched that, go watch it right now. Literally leave this review and go watch it, and then come back to me and tell me that it's not the best soundtrack of all time. And his soundtrack in this movie as well was incredible. So let's dive into it. I guess I'll keep talking about the soundtrack, then I'll talk about the directing and editing and stuff, and yeah, we'll just kind of see where this goes. So yeah, the music was just so unnerving the entire time. It was never like incredibly orchestral. It was never incredibly grand or big scale or blockbustery. Howard Shore managed to keep it to this really subtle, unnerving, I don't know, melody, I guess. Like, even when the music became loud, it still wasn't like blockbuster superhero level loud, you know what I mean? It wasn't like grand. It didn't feel grand. It still felt very intimate and small, maybe because a lot of the times when the music was getting really big and was swelling and stuff like that, it was at moments where Jodie Foster's Clarice was feeling really small, was feeling very isolated and afraid. For example, when she's hunting for Buffalo Bill in his house and then the lights turn off, the music gets so loud and the music boom, you know, I don't know, I can't even remember what the melody is, but it was just so good and it was so loud and it was so exhilarating and it was so scary. But in that moment, Clarice is very isolated, she's very scared and very alone, and the music really reflects at it. Not only reflects the horror of the situation and the scariness of the situation, but also the isolatedness of Jodie Foster's character Clarice in the situation, which I thought was so good. But the music adds so much. There are a lot of times where there isn't a lot of music and they just let Anthony Hopkins, for example, whenever he's on screen, a lot of the times there isn't music, or the music is super subtle, because the scary part of that situation is Anthony Hopkins, and you just need to sit Anthony Hopkins in front of a camera, make him talk some really creepy lines, and that's the scariest stuff you'll ever see in cinema, you know what I mean? But Howard Shore did an incredible job with this score. I don't know if I'm ever going to listen to it on my own time because it's terrifying, and I don't really want to think of scenes from this movie. Like, I associate, when I like listen to a soundtrack on my own time, I'll associate it with a scene from a movie that it's in, or a scene from the movie that I like. I don't want to listen to this music and associate it with a really close-up shot of Buffalo Bill's nipple, or a moment where Clarice is about to die and is terrifying, you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm going to listen to the soundtrack on the own time, but Howard Shore, you did a really good job. The directing and editing, let's talk about the editing. The editing of this movie was absolutely phenomenal. The intercuts between different things happening to different people just kept you on your toes, and you never knew what to expect. And even after, like, let's say, you know, the part where Hannibal gets stretchered off and you think he's a cop, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's Hannibal, that reveal. Like, that editing was fantastic, and I really liked how they would cut, and you couldn't really see his face, and even his face had like the skin mask on and stuff like that, so it was kind of resembled a cop. But I managed to figure it out because none of those cops had Anthony Hopkins' hair in the movie, Anthony Hopkins' hair was very recognizable because it was like really thinned and like long and like gelled out a little bit. It looked really weird, and so I recognized his hair and I was like, that looks like Anthony Hopkins' hair, right? Like that looks like Hannibal's hair, but the face I couldn't really tell. I just kind of guessed off of the hair there. But the way that those shots are combined to raise the tension, you still think, like, even I, who thought it was the hair and then had the thought that it was Hannibal on the stretcher, the editing made it seem like it wasn't really. But then as the shots keep coming and as the shots keep coming, it kind of leads you on this mini story within the movie. Like that whole section of the movie is like its own little story arc where there's like this beginning where there's this mystery and, you know, Hannibal looks to be missing and stuff like that, and then the cops are dead. And then as the story keeps going, there's like this little story where the cops are slowly figuring out, or you as an audience are slowly figuring out what's going on. There are things that don't seem right. There were these oddities everywhere. There are these weird shots, like, why are we following this cop? Like, what's the purpose of us following this cop? And I really liked that we followed the cop, and it made sense that we were following Hannibal on the stretcher, or the cop on the stretcher, because he is some random guy. And in any movie, if you're just following some random guy, you know that there's something more to this random guy. You would know that it's Hannibal, but we were following this random guy, but it was never suspicious because the story, like his path throughout the building all the way to the ambulance, was important to the story. Like the events around him were important to the story. You know, going into the elevator and Hannibal being on the elevator, the shenanigans with the elevator before Hannibal gets put on a stretcher and get into the elevator to set up the fact that we need to be in the elevator, so we need to be with this cop in the first place. You know, it's just really good storytelling and really good editing. But then the even better editing is at the end of the movie, and you have Jodie Foster like looking for that woman who they used to sew for, and then you have the other police going to the guy's house, and they think that that's the criminal, right? They think that this is Buffalo Bill, and the editing makes you think that as well. You know, you see Buffalo Bill, he's doing his thing, you know, he's dancing and stuff like that, and he's like looking at moths and stuff, and then it cuts to the cops outside, and then it cuts to Buffalo Bill, and then it cuts to the cops outside, and so you automatically associate this inside of the house with the exterior that the cops are. It's genius. You automatically associate that, and then they ring the bell. Buffalo Bill hears the bell, you know what I mean? And they ring the bell again. Buffalo Bill hears the bell again, and so you're still associating it. It seems like more likely and more likely and more likely that your association is correct. And then he opens the door, and it's just this, it's like this jump cut almost. He opens the door and it's Clarice, and you're like, oh my god, because obviously this is all happening at the same time, so it makes sense. Clarice is going to this woman's house at the exact same time that the cops are going to that other guy's house, so everything lines up perfectly. And so you're just associating the inside of Buffalo Bill's house with the outside where the cops are. But then when Clarice is there, when he opens the door, it's so mind-blowing because it makes sense immediately, but you never expected it for a second. For a second, you never expect it because the editing does such a good job to lead you into the wrong direction without making it seem really weird that Clarice would be the one at the door. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just genius. And yeah, the directing as well by Jonathan, who I've never heard of before, was absolutely phenomenal. It was just like, especially in the conversations between Hannibal and Clarice, I thought that's when the directing was at its best, because you could always tell who had the upper hand in a conversation because of the camera work, you know, the close-up, the way that the camera is angled above someone or lower to someone. If someone was standing, if someone was sitting, you could always tell who had the upper hand in a conversation. And I thought that was really interesting because it added a whole separate dynamic. Obviously there are the words being spoken and stuff, which was a way to tell, but then the actual body language, the way the camera was placed, it was like the second layer of context that really added so much to the movie. I thought the directing was fantastic. And yeah, I think that is going to be it for my reaction and review to The Silence of the Lambs. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I don't think I'm going to watch Hannibal, and I don't think I'm going to watch Red Dragon as well. I just heard that they're not very good, but let me know if I should, although I don't really plan on watching them, and if I were to watch them, I don't really plan on watching them for a while, but let me know if they're at least worth looking into, but I don't think I'm gonna watch them on the channel. I just really wanted to watch this movie because like I remembered like being intensely scared of it when I was a kid watching this movie, and then I never wanted to watch it again. But a lot of people said that this was a fantastic movie, so I wanted to give it another shot and not be insanely terrified. But you know what, it's still the morning time. It's only like 11:30 a.m. here, and I am still terrified. I am still scared of this movie. So yeah, honestly, fantastic movie. Let me know if there are any other good movies like this out there that I should watch. Let me know if Philadelphia is worth the watch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.